Vande Pannagabhushanam Sashidharam Vande Pasunam Patim Vande Surya Shashanka Vanninayanam Vande Mukunda Priyam Vande Bhaktajana Ashrayam Chavaradam Vande Bhaktajana Ashrayam Chavaradam Vande Shivam Shankaram. Friends, we have systems and we have people to run those systems. Educational system, governmental system, traffic system, the day's routine is a system. We work out perfect systems so that society is well maintained, well organized. Everybody is happy. And there are people to run the system. You have the machine, you have a mind to run the machine. You have the system, you have a person to maintain or run that system. System is important. Equally important is the person who runs the system. If the perfect system you have and if you have bad people to run the system is useless. Therefore, Patanjali gives equal importance to the system and also the person. In Yama and Niyama, you find the values to be inculcated in the people who practice yoga. Yoga is a system. That system is for the benefit of mankind. And there are people who run that system, maintain that. And those people should have 10 values. Yama and Niyama each has 5 values. Satya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Asteha, Ahimsa, Swachha Bharat, purity, Shraddha. You find 5 plus 5, 10 important values. If these values are not present in the practitioners of yoga, the entire system falls. We will go for an illustration. In Bannerghatta there is an old lady. She lost her husband. And her only son and daughter-in-law have met with an accident, leaving a child for her care. That child is brought up by the old lady right from his month's babyhood. Gradually, the child was brought up by the old lady. She was working as a domestic servant in many houses. She was earning money. She was taking care of her grandson, and the boy came up to +2 level. He was able to understand the grandmother's difficulties. He put in his efforts and he has passed the entrance examination to go to medical college. By the grace of God Almighty, he was able to get a seat in Venkateshwara Medical College, Tirupati. The grandmother, whatever property she had, the hut and all that, she mortgaged or sold. She collected the money, and that money she gave to the grandson to pay the college fees, to pay the hostel fees, and that grand old lady sent that boy to the medical college. The student is in medical college. Now, he wrote a letter to his grandmother. I am glad you have put me in the medical college. I am glad I am in the hostel, but I require urgently at least 1000 rupees to buy the essential textbooks in medical college. So he wrote a letter to that old lady in Bannerghatta. Please send me urgently 1000 rupees. The old lady did not have even a single pie. She was suffering. And the grandson wrote a letter, 1000 rupees to buy the books. She contacted all the people. She was unable to raise any loan, and therefore she had a postcard in the house. She took it and she started writing a beautiful letter of request to Lord Venkatachalapati. Sri 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 Lord Venkateshwara of Tirumala Hills, Namaste, Namaste, Namaste. My grandson is a student in your town in the medical college. I have educated him. I have sent him all the money so far. Now I don't have any more money. Please send urgently 1000 rupees to my grandson. Address Sri 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 Balaji, Sri Venkateshwara, Tirumala Hills, Tirupati, Chittoor district, pin code number, everything was written. The card was posted in Bannerghatta and it went to Tirupati head office. The head postmaster was seated. These postmen were sorting the letters. First they see the area, next they see the street, next they see the place, and they put in their respective boxes. That particular postman who was seeing the name of the addressee, Sri 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 Venkateshwar Swami Tirumala Hills, he looked at it. He laughed. He read the letter. And the contents were surprising. He showed that letter to the next postman. He too laughed. Another postman, he too laughed. All the postmen were laughing at the letter written by the old lady to Lord Venkateshwara. The head postmaster was listening to the laughter. He called the postman. What is it, my gentlemen? You are all laughing. Sir, here is a strange letter written by an old lady to Lord Venkateshwara for 1000 rupees. Then that old postmaster said, let me read it. He read it. Don't make fun of it. It's a sentimental letter. It's a letter of devotion. It's a letter of total surrender. After all, we are all employees, we are drawing our salaries. She wants 1000 rupees to be sent to her grandson in the medical college. She has given the address of her grandson also. If all of us can contribute just 5 rupees, 10 rupees, it may come up to 1000 rupees. About 100 employees we have in the post office. All the clerks, all the sorters, all the postmen, if all of you can contribute each 10 rupees, it may come to 1000 rupees, we shall send. It was understood by the postman. They collected the money. The total amount was only 7,700 rupees. The money was collected and handed over to the postmaster. He paid the money order commission. And he wrote a letter at the bottom, my dear son, grandson of such and such a lady, I am sending you 1000 rupees. I thought of sending, but at present I have only 700. I will send you the remaining money later by Lord Venkateshwara, signed signature. Surprisingly, the grandson received the money. First he laughed at the grandmother, and now the grandson wrote a letter to the grandmother. I wanted 1000 rupees. You wrote a letter to Venkateshwara. Venkateshwara ji has sent me only 700 rupees. Mummy, please write one more letter for the remaining 300 rupees. Then the grand old lady said, Venkateshwara Swami does not let me down. He must have sent 1000 rupees. These post office people must have taken it. That is what we think of the government today. The system is excellent, but public will not have faith in any government organization because the people who run the government are not trustworthy. People don't have faith. We don't go to government schools. We don't go to government hospitals. We don't travel with government transports. We always go to private. Now this lady had no faith in the government organization system. She asked somebody, one young man said, next time please write a letter to Venkateshwara by courier service. Ask Venkateshwara to send the money by courier, not by the postal department. She agreed. She went to the courier and she sent the letter, and the clerk in the courier section, he was there. He saw the address, went in, talked to the manager. Here is a silly old lady writing a letter to Lord Venkateshwara. Shall I accept it? Whoever it is, why do you bother? Take the letter, charge 15 rupees. After 10 days, address is not available, return it to her. We go to government service and we don't have faith in them. We go to private people who loot us for everything. Test. In a hospital, the tests alone will consume all our money. Endowment, deposit, then donation. For an LKG seat, we may have to pay 5 lakhs of rupees as donation in a private school. On government, one side, private service on another side, public sector on another side, private sector on another side. The common man is caught between the devil and the deep sea. Why? The system is good, but the people who run the system here and there are rotten. Even the best system, if it is not manned by the right people, it gets spoiled. One particular person was highly corrupt, and the king was very much unhappy. This fellow is corrupt, he is taking bribes. He consulted his minister. Poor fellow, if I dismiss him, his wife will be unhappy, his children will be unhappy. Please try to find out a place where there is no scope for corruption. Then the minister, who is like Timmersu, he suggested, sir, give him the bell ringing duty. At 8 o'clock, 8 strokes. At 9 o'clock, 9 strokes in the olden days. And there is no chance for corruption. He is only a watchman, only to ring the bells, and who will give him money? How can he take money? Very good idea, he thought. System was fine. Then the king called him. From tomorrow onwards, you have the duty to ring the bells at every hour. The fellow thought. The king had 2 wives. He went to the first wife. Madam, do you want your husband to be with you for a longer time in the night? Yes. Then give me 1,000 rupees, I shall ring the bell a little late. And he went to the second wife. Do you want your husband to be with you early in the morning for a longer time? Yes. Then I will give the bell a little long later. He give me 1,000 rupees. He got money from the first wife, he got money from the second wife for ringing the bells a little late or early. When the man is corrupt, when the mind is corrupt, system can be spoiled. Prashanti Kutir, Patanjali Yoga Sutras insist upon man-making system. It is not the system that is important. Who are the people running the system? If we are pure, if we are honest, if we have that spirit of dharma maintained, the whole government will be excellent. No scams, no rumors, no loss of money, no corruption, everything will be perfect. Values are to be instilled. This Prashanti Kutir is striving its best to see that right values are instilled so that the system can function better. India now requires a renaissance in values. We have good systems. Anybody can suggest a system, but all people cannot instill values. That is taken as a challenge by this Prashanti Kutir. We are trying to see that our boys and girls are of sterling character, boys and girls of purity, honesty, integrity and probity. Patanjali is for that. Now, after Shanti Mantra, there is going to be a beautiful projection on the screen. First we recite the Shanti Mantra and then we enjoy the projection.